hit record. That
Don't.
No?
You know, that's all. You're just
Necessary?
encouraging me.
Yeah, I guess I.
How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of
The Son of Frankenstein.
This one is probably just as bad as his father.
Good morning, son.
Well, hello.
My son, you have inherited the fortune of the Frankensteins. I trust you will not inherit their fate.
By heaven, I think you're a worse fiend than your father. What are you gonna do about it? There's a monster afoot and you know it.
Well, we warned you.
You know, you've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the pod. I almost said Son of Frankenstein Minute. Welcome back to Son of Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. I'm Bill Evenson, believe it or not.
I do believe it, and I'm Thom Lang, and don't believe that.
No, that
It's
seems
a complete
wrong.
lie.
That doesn't seem right, because you said you weren't going to be here this
That's
week.
right.
You promised.
It's my doppelganger
Yeah.
here in my place.
Yeah, you know, you look and sound roughly
Pretty close.
It's close
It's close.
enough. It's close
Okay.
enough.
Where
Boy,
the hell
that
are
was-
we?
There's nothing so ominous.
Well, I should say that you join us for minute 35 of 1939's Son of Frankenstein.
35 of 39.
Yeah, right. Not
You got it right.
That's the 39 of 35.
Yeah, that's. But
We
that
already
happened
we already
last
did
year.
that. Yeah. Keep
We did
this-
35 of 31s too.
Yeah.
That was a long time
That was
ago.
a long time ago.
We were young.
Fresh-faced.
Fresh-faced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is basically a replay of an earlier scene with these guys.
Okay. All right. Well, follow us on YouTube. Hit the bell. Oh, the sound of the bell.
Oh, can only mean we're not doing that bit anymore.
Not doing the bell anymore. Do people know what the bell is?
I suppose
Jeff asked me. He's like, "What is the bell?" I'm like, "Do you remember we had the character say all you have to do is
I'll have to ring that bell, and
Maybe we'll do it maybe once every like 5 weeks. I'll say it. So the sound of the
This'll be-
bell
okay.
can only mean one thing. It's time for Bill's Bell Update. And Bill's Bell Update is all about this. The fact that it has been clearly,
Stated.
what's the word? Telegraphed. It's
Yeah,
been stated in the fiction
early in the film.
that no question we are going to hear a bell in the tower at some point in this film. The update is it hasn't happened yet.
No. Okay.
There's nothing quite so ominous as quiet. It
Well,
kinda
yeah,
says it fine.
they've got the Frankenstein City Council doing what city councils do best: belly aching.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Apparently. See,
Maybe
even-
it was
even
because
God
this
knows.
is going to be rough. It's going to be a rough week, folks. We got
Yeah.
shit going on.
Yeah, the whole village is alarmed with anxiety. You know,
Which is
it
a
seems-
weird sentence.
Seems like they always are anyway.
Well, they're like cats.
Yeah,
these
they're like
fucking weirdos.
These Frankensteinians are like frightened rabbits and cats.
Yep. The whole village is alarmed with anxiety.
The whole village.
I don't know. I get
You
anxiety.
you could be anxious with alarm as well.
Actually, I like that better, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because alarmed with anxiety indicates a more active thing, I would think. Yeah, you're alarmed.
Yeah,
An
you're
alarm,
startled and
yeah. Anxiety doesn't seem like it would give you alarm
No,
unless
and-
something additional happens. So if you go into it with anxiety and then someone
Something
taps you on the shoulder,
Oh,
fuck
Jesus.
you!
Yeah.
That could
Yeah,
happen.
Yeah. Which I don't think has happened yet. I don't think Igor is going around.
There's some deleted scenes.
He's just going around tapping people on the shoulder.
Hey, it's me.
He's doing it on the opposite. So I look behind him and nobody's there.
What the hell?
Go,
Oh,
go.
Igor, did you see someone tap me on my right shoulder?
No.
I on left side.
They said.
No.
The whole village is
Yep.
our men report nothing but quiet.
Yeah.
No, nothing going on.
Right. Total quiet.
What the hell are you talking about,
Yeah.
Lawrence Grant?
Quiet, I guess, is good in this case.
Yeah, but there's nothing quite so alarming as quiet.
Oh, there's nothing quite so ominous as quiet. So a character says, there is nothing so ominous as quiet. The next thing he says, besides, it isn't quiet. So he kind of undercuts himself completely.
Yeah, well,
Immediately
it's
undercuts it.
again a product of how this film was made
True.
on the fly.
I agree with you there.
You know,
Sure.
there's major contradictions coming up quite a bit later
All right.
within the same scene, often within the same sentence.
I think we'll be able to suffer through that. I don't think it's as
justify
bad
that?
as it's made out to be. I know the line you're talking about.
Okay.
Or two lines, I guess,
lines.
that contradict each other. And hopefully they're in the same minute, because they're
It
pretty
gets,
close.
they're pretty close to each other. Yeah, from the cemetery on Craig Hill. I'd like to
Yeah.
see. I like to see
Crag
that.
Hill, I
I'd
think
like
it
to
said.
see what a cemetery on Craig Hill looks like. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, then it says that
That
there's
Hans Stembel.
it says Stenbel on the subtitles. That's not right.
I don't
it's
think so.
Stengel.
Stengel is what
Yeah,
I
okay,
hear. Yeah.
He can see the castle. I think he says the, which is not in the
The
subtitle.
Castle Frankenstein.
The Castle Frankenstein with his field glasses, which is like he's Rommel. Right? He's got his field glasses. I don't know why.
He's a tank
Is
commander
that just
in
a
Africa
thing?
in the
yeah,
40s.
yeah, that's just a thing. That's what field glasses are. They're Rommel's.
They're binoculars, is what
Binoculars.
they are. Yeah.
Good old Hans Stengel.
Stengel.
He says the servants
Servants have been
so
moving-
Benson and
Amelia.
what's her- Amelia have been moving large crates and boxes.
Both of them look like they couldn't lift more than 50 pounds. So yeah.
She could probably.
No,
lift 50
she's actually
pounds.
pretty sturdy.
Yeah,
looking woman.
she could lift.
She could lift Benson.
Benson, nicely done. The servants have been moving large crates and boxes into the old laboratory. Like I love that. Like it gives it a kind of nostalgia for him. Like he's like,
Yeah, the old laboratory.
Ah,
You remember
the old
that? We
days.
blew the roof off the place.
We blew the roof off that place.
Well, and it's
Man.
something they were doing.
You were hitting
in
on
like,
all cylinders.
Yeah.
I start up a thing and then you nail it. I'm just serving them up.
right out of the park.
Touch them all, Kirby Puckett.
But they were doing that earlier.
Yeah, that's true. Ah!
So it's
I've now. This is character development. I have gone through a character arc. I'm sorry, I keep doing that.
Yeah.
I don't mean to. This is my character arc in the story of Frankenstein Minute, which is I've come around to your way of thinking on that scene now, which you originally sort of came across like you just didn't like it, and then I think you came to say it doesn't make sense to have it here.
It was out of place.
It should have been roughly here-ish or closer to here.
right around. Yeah, exactly.
Or not at all, yeah.
Or not at all, because it really doesn't add
I
anything.
don't know. I do like,
Give something to grumble about.
Yeah.
We Von Frankensteinians are as nervous as cats.
For fuck's sake. They even have old Igor helping them.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, wait, I'm ahead of you.
No, I'm ahead of you. Yeah, go
Are
ahead.
you?
Yeah, I got ahead.
No, I don't know. Oh, I
Yes.
guess I am.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but into the old lab. They even have old Igor helping them.
Yeah, even that too. So I think there's just something about the word old and the way it's used in these two sentences. Oh, yeah, the old laboratory.
Old
Love that
laboratory,
place.
yeah.
Oh, old Igor. You remember old Igor.
Good old Igor.
But then he says it, and the reaction he gets from the other dopes. Have we really talked about what we're even talking about? We're in the
We're
what
in
do you
the
call this place?
council chambers.
Council chambers is perfect. Igor.
Igor.
Oh, grumble.
Jeez, fucking Christ!
Oh,
what the hell?
Peas
is-
and carrots.
Yeah.
It's like a rumble goes through the
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Like, oh,
Oh,
Igor.
Igor.
Nobody here. You don't need to say
No.
Igor's last name.
Because
Everybody knows.
evidently doesn't have one.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It's never mentioned.
No, I don't know either.
Johnson, I think, is.
Well, he's from Frankenstein, so
So
maybe
it's
his name is
Igor
Igor
von
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
We're getting there.
Frankenstein.
Actually, the subtitles even say all grumbling.
I like that.
Fucking Atwill's like, oh,
I don't know.
God, Jesus Christ. We Frankensteinians. This is a big moment in
It's for you. It is.
the podcast.
Yeah, because
For me, yes, absolutely, because I am now called out on the carpet. I now have to account for my behavior.
Pinky's nailed you.
Pinky nailed me, which hasn't been spoken outside of a courtroom since. No, what, didn't he? Was he ever? No, he wasn't in court. What happened? With
He was
Pinky?
he perjured himself in court.
Perjured himself.
That's
and then-
what he was.
But the main testimony was Pinky nailed me.
You know the headline.
Frankensteinians, first of all, the word Frankensteinian is stupid. It's clumsy. Like, we're Minnesotans.
Yeah.
We just put a letter on the end of the word.
But
It works better.
Frankensteinens sounds even worse.
Yeah, because what do you
Should be
do?
Frankensteiner.
works. Yeah, I don't know what you do. I think you have to do this, but
Yeah,
it's awful.
it is awkward.
But it is definitive confirmation that this story takes place in a place called Frankenstein. Doesn't mean that the village is called Frankenstein, though. We're at the conclusion of this. I don't think it changes after this.
No.
This is the moment, and I win because we are in a place called Frankenstein, but for all we know, that's the country. It could be the planet, maybe.
They're on the
Could be
planet Frankenstein.
the solar system.
That would
Frankenstein.
make a lot of sense.
That would make a lot of sense.
Compared to, what was happening in the real world.
Like if he said, we Milky Way Galaxians.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what he means.
Sure. We Frankensteinians are nervous guys. Yeah, with a Frankenstein in our midst, change the name of your fucking town then.
Well.
Or your planet or whatever.
Well, okay, so, all right, so.
The sheer name Frankenstein really, really bugs the shit out of these people.
Yeah.
But they refer to themselves as Frankensteinians.
Yeah.
Change it.
Well, maybe they do.
Put it on the ballot next election.
I think there's nothing else for this film series to do but to have the characters stand up in the next film and just walk out of this town and never come back.
Yeah, hell,
That's the only
way out of it.
I like what's happening here, which is that Krog is criticizing everybody. He does a really good job of saying, you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
But he also includes himself in there. She's like, we're as frightened as blah, blah, blah.
Bunch of pussies.
He says, what did I do with that? Oh, I don't have it even. I Googled it. There's a, okay, so I don't know why I didn't put it in my notes, so I'll try and do it from memory. The phrase
this will go well.
It's always a good sign.
Yeah.
The phrase is, as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't.
Oh yeah, I've heard
but
that.
That's what.
I think that's what
the
he's.
phrase.
That's what he's getting at.
Is it? Okay.
As nervous, because cats in general, I don't find to be nervous.
Yeah, they're nervous
pretty
like
laid,
everybody. They're not nervous, but they're not.
They're fairly laid back ordinarily, aren't they? And it's only when there's cause to be nervous.
Like if a cat was 30 feet away or 15 feet away, and I took a cricket mallet and slammed it on the table, an ear would go up. They're not gonna.
They're not like a
They might
dog.
jump. They might run away, but they might not.
Not like a dog. I think a dog would be more excitable.
Frightened as rabbits. Now, then, when you talk about a wild animal, we get wildlife in our backyard.
Sure.
That I get.
Yeah, I mean we have rabbits where we are.
And you
now.
can't catch one. They're nervous. They're frightened.
Yeah,
They'll run away.
I'm not going to try either.
Yeah, I don't want one.
We
so
get
I'm good.
we get wabbit twacks in our yard.
Oh my
through the
goodness.
snow.
Well, you know what happened? They probably forgot to take that left at Albuquerque.
Absolutely did.
Good night, everybody.
What's she doing? That's all we want to know. Cypher Tits chimes in.
Well, you're always a step ahead of me.
Oh,
I have
sorry.
so much more to say.
Oh,
The Frankenstein's
my God.
90s will be as nervous as cats and frightened as rabbits as long as there's a Frankenstein in their midst. And this is coming from the guy who used to be the burgomaster. Right? I mean, we assume
demoted.
Either an actor is playing, the same actor has come back to play a different part that he looks exactly the same.
Completely impossible.
Or he just used to be the burgomaster, which I'm fine with.
He's been demoted. He did such a bungling job at that windmill.
Well, that's true.
There he is! Get him, guys!
When did we see him at his most flustered? Was in the midst of a Frankenstein, which was the Baron. The Baron spoke to him, and he got so fucking flustered, he just fucking
huffed
left.
and
He had to
puffed and
leave.
walked out.
He couldn't stand it anymore. Well, he was basically
Told to get out.
But he didn't stand his ground.
He didn't say, hey, I'm the burgomaster, asshole.
He has a past. He has a history of just not liking people named Frankenstein. Fuck those people. It doesn't even matter about the monster.
Yeah.
That guy was a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Wait, what? His son made a monster? What?
I didn't even hear
about that. Nobody told me that.
Oh, well, that's bad too. That's just one more strike as far as I'm concerned. All right, so then what did you say?
What's he doing? That's what we want to know.
That guy's great.
Cypher Tits.
Cypher Tits.
That's
all we got?
Joseph Von Cypher Tits. We talked about him at length.
We did, but I just didn't know if we maybe could find a way to pronounce it.
That's
we didn't say tits.
As far as I know, that's how it's said.
Safer boobs.
Cleavage. Decolletage. Cypher Von Decolletage.
It is kind of interesting because it's what's he doing? That's all we want to know. And then this is where it's sort of clumsy. Like the scene, the writing is just telling you we're going to stress this point to the point where another guy goes, yes, that's all we want to know. Like the next guy next to him says it. They're like, okay, all right, cute.
And he says it like this is the line I'm supposed to say after he says that.
Yeah, now it is my turn to speak
it's not,
in the script.
It's not necessarily acting it. He's just repeating repeating the line. He's doing a Dunny Dunnigan there.
Yeah, that's true.
doing-
It's a setup to the next.
Pulling a Dunnigan is what they call it now.
They call
in
it
acting
They call it
circles.
pulling a Dunnigan in the business.
Pulled a
Pulling
Dunnigan there.
It's like
I use,
introducing the episode when you get to say you've been warned.
That's pulling it, definitely.
Well, let's get Igor here and make him tell us.
Yeah, don't go ask the guy what he's doing. Don't just go politely, excuse me, Mr. Frankenstein, Mr. Von Frankenstein. What's going
Hello,
on?
Mr. Frankenstein. Well, they don't
a
trust
concern.
him.
A concern has been expressed. No,
they're alarmed with anxiety.
I get that,
anxious
but
with
why
alarm.
would they trust Igor over anybody else?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Ask Benson. Ask Amelia. Ask
Donnie.
Josephine.
I don't know the characters' names.
Elsa.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know anything.
But let's get a guy that we know hates us because we hung him and then threw him to die in this pit.
So the movie doesn't have that yet. You're right. That is what happened. You're right, is what I'm saying. You are definitely right. But the movie hasn't made that happen yet, if that makes any sense. It's only later, in that later scene that you're anticipating, where we really see that animosity. I mean, yeah.
Well, we know that,
But we
though.
don't know that it was the same people, too.
Fine.
You're working ahead. You can't
Yeah,
can't go
can't.
ahead. But I do like, let's get Igor here and make him tell us. Well, even works too when you think about it. They're like, well, you know what we should do? That fucking, that Igor? Let's get him here.
Igor, a piece of shit
and
that-
have him tell us, because I fucking hate that guy. Let's beat the shit out of Igor and make him tell us.
Give him the third degree.
I think that's what they're saying.
So is there a first degree and a second degree if you get the third degree? Or does
He's
it go
already
to-
had first degree is hanging.
Oh, sure. Second
So he's
degree
already
is
had the
second degree is tossing him
throwing
in.
your corpse in the old laboratory.
The third degree.
They're gonna give him the third degree.
All right, good to know.
Yes.
And Krog thinks that's a really good idea.
I really like that.
Yes.
I don't have a
Yes.
reason why I like it, but it is really good.
It's all right.
To see a character go, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like it's a fun little setup. None of this is good, but it's fun. It's clear what's going to happen now, and then we fade out.
I still don't think we need it here. The film could progress just fine without this scene, and they got old Igor to tell them when he's there later on. I don't, this sets up for a later scene, but it's completely unnecessary.
I suppose so. But what happens is a character says they even have old Igor helping them. So then he explains how why would you bring in Igor? Oh, because we know that he's been helping them bring crates and boxes with Benson and
fine.
Amelia.
It's fine. It's like I said, it's maybe
20-second
long scene. So
yeah, it's true. It's fine.
It's harmless.
No viewers were harmed
during the making of this scene.
of this minute.
Yeah. There's a lap dissolve to a circular trap door rising up slowly, like pretty much everything else in the film.
I'm honestly trying to think of anything that happens fast in this movie. I think that's the
very
the climax is someone does something with speed, and even that's kind of
and even
slow.
that's not exactly the swiftest. Camera pulls back.
Oh no! Okay, go ahead.
Camera pulls back slightly from this. There's ominous music. It's underlit.
Oh yeah.
And the subtitle even says there's a hand clap.
And what?
I think
All right.
it's not supposed to be there. I think that's the cue for the character to ascend the ladder because we see his shadow coming up the ladder. I think that's your cue. It should have been taken out in post, but they didn't. What other reason would there be for a hand clap to be there?
It's just it's nice to get
Wolf
together.
is down there like, okay,
yeah,
let's
well,
go.
that's what it seems like. Yeah, like he's like, rubbing his hands together. All right.
Wolf's time to shine.
That doesn't seem to make any sense. But this is why this podcast exists. I completely agree with you. I love your theory. I think that's exactly what happens here because it doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes no sense for that to be there.
I never noticed it until the subtitles put it in there. It says hands.
I guess
clap.
I guess I
What?
wouldn't have if it hadn't pointed out that that's exactly what it is.
Who cares?
It was just a noise, but now that it says that, like, oh yeah, that is because I played it back.
Sounds like
I played it back a number of times just to verify.
Yeah.
And listen.
It's our new theme. See? It's getting the reaction.
Doc agrees.
Can't beat a hand clap, old-fashioned hand clap.
That's right, yeah. And then that's where this minute ends.
And thankfully, that's where this minute ends. We don't need to talk about that disc anymore. So the minute has ended.
The disc,
Join us
you mean
next
the
week.
circular trapdoor? Is that
Circular
the disc?
trapdoor,
Okay.
yeah. Well, how many minutes was that?
We're pushing 20 maybe.
Jesus Christ, we talk a lot. But you cut out all that Spider-Man stuff.
Oh, of course. I'll leave the remark about it in so people are baffled.
Baffled. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day. It's probably too late for Valentine's Day.
No,
but,
it's close because I
shipping.
forgot to write the shipping. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you missed your
You might have
chance
to pay extra shipping
expedite
to get your loved ones a sash that doesn't exist at frankenminute.redbubble.com.
Now I'm going to find a place that will do
Sell sashes that you can paste in.
Yeah.
Yourself saying frankenminute.sashes.com.
Yeah, there probably is because there's a place that.
Look at that.
Yep.
All right.
The place where you could get like custom fezzes done.
Of course.
Why not a sash?
Yep.
Next time we record, I'll be wearing one.
God, that'd be fantastic.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I can't believe that. I feel like a failure that I'm not wearing one
I'm surprised
right now.
we're not. Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
I think we're done
We're still
here.
on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Bye. All right. Are you ready?